the manager of the Barrie Baycats, prior to Game 1 of the opening series against Toronto, I asked him, where do you see that the Baycats need to level up now that the playoffs are here? And he had one answer for me. He said, quote, I'd like to see an early lead. We didn't imagine that that would result in 93 completed innings of never giving up. But that's exactly what happened, and a streak like that is going to lead to a championship every single time. Please welcome the manager of your Barrie Baycats, Mr. Josh Matlow. What was it that you wanted to bring to this ball club when you took over things in 2020?
Yeah, I mean, there's no secret that it was starting from scratch, and coming in after 6 championships was not easy. A lot of pressure, a lot of people trying to get in your head and say you can't do it. I just wanted to make sure that everyone I brought in was not only good baseball players but good human beings.
Obviously, the goal is to win a championship again.
Barrie has won their 8th. Can this team repeat?
We know the target's on our back this year. We know we're the team to beat, and we're ready for it.
If they don't go to the final, I feel like it's just an absolute disappointment. Fact of the matter is, we kind of have a lot of expectations. I think that the big question mark is this sustainable? When's the breaking point going to happen? Barrie Baycats, though. Look out.
It is out of here! Spectacular grab. The Baycats walk it off.
So it all started in my grandparents' apartment. He would wrap newspaper in socks, and that's all we would do. Since I was 2 years old, we would hit socks with newspaper in it. That's how they'd babysit me. And when it would come time to leave, my mom would come pick me up. And my poor mom was dead tired from work and worked like 8, 9, 10-hour day. And he'd always make the comment before we left the apartment, if you leave, you lose. And then I'd freak out, and my mom would be like, come on, Dad, like, I want to go home. And then we'd have to play again until I beat him. So that's kind of where the love for baseball started with me, is because of my grandpa. I got recruited to go to New Mexico Junior College, the Thunderbirds out of Hobbs, New Mexico, and I remember showing up, and the first thing that I see, a tumbleweed just comes across. I'm like, where the hell am I? I'm like, what am I doing here? But it ended up being a blessing, because some of the best years of my life happened in that town of Hobbs, New Mexico, man. With the Baycats, I came back after my freshman year and played ball for the Baycats, and I broke my hamate bone. When draft day came along, I was originally committed to Abilene Christian University. But the coach for Abilene got fired, and the Dallas Baptist hitting coach came in and brought a bunch of his guys, and he took my scholarship away. And to top it off, Phillies got word of it, and this was all about 2 weeks before the draft. For me, if I go in the 8th or 10th round, top 10, even top 15, they would have shown enough interest and investment in me that this broken hand wouldn't have mattered. But because where I dropped to, I wouldn't have passed the physical, and they would have just released me, and there I would have lost my amateur status. I wouldn't be able to go back to college. So I go to the University of New Mexico. They wanted me to wait till the off season to get my hand operated on, and I wanted to get it done like right away. They didn't see it that way. We didn't agree, so I ended up coming home. I think it was in November, and I got the surgery, and I didn't go back. I ended up committed to Lubbock Christian University. You know, I had a decent year. I was still coming back from a broken hand. Didn't have my best year. Just between New Mexico, the University of New Mexico, and my time at Lubbock, I honestly just kind of hated the game. I was kind of over it. I was done. You know, the draft didn't pan out how you wanted it to. I couldn't sign. I was like, I don't know, maybe it's time to just pack it up. Coming back and playing for the Baycats, that season was incredible. It was so much fun. We went on to win our 6th in a row, my 3rd with the team. That was kind of the season that kind of rejuvenated my love for the sport again. Of course, right then and there, COVID hits the next year. So wherever I was going to go to school, we were in limbo. Couldn't do anything about it. Fast forward past that COVID year, this new team begins. This new Baycat team begins with Matlow's regime, as he calls it.
When I was scanning tickets at the gate as a volunteer in 2019, nobody knew who I was. They didn't know I was a former Baycat. I never got an opportunity to talk to them. I was just there just to support the Baycats and scan the tickets and help them out. And pretty much nobody said hello at the front gate from the old regime, which is crazy to think. And Ryan Rio always said hi. So Ryan Rio, when I was scanning tickets at the front, he didn't know who I was. I didn't even know who he was at the time. And he always came up, shook my hand and said, "Hey, how are you?" Just, "Hi, how are you?" It's funny to this day that you'll see him say hello to anybody he walks by, you know, and it says a lot about his character. Coincidentally, after the 2019 season, Angus Roy stepped down, and I got a call from Dave Mills. "Do you know anyone who might be interested in the manager role?" And I was like, "Oh, Spatero is going to be retiring soon. Jeff Cowan," and I'm throwing all the names. He goes, "Well, we were thinking about you." And I was like, "Well, why me?" And he said, "Well, you know baseball, you know business, and you know our culture." I said, "Well, now I'm going to have to ask my wife, who, is just about to have a baby." And I said to her, what do you think?" And she goes, "You'd be stupid if you didn't take this job." So I took it, and everybody retired in 2019 after their 6 feet. Everybody. Like, I walked in with, like, empty cupboards and no leads on anything. And it was just like, okay, let's go to work.
Right, and you mentioned Ryan Rio. Rio is going to be the face of this franchise for the next decade. A guy like Glenn Jackson's mentioned that a couple of times. Just when it comes to Rio, how important are those guys moving forward, both on the field and off the field, to this team?
Yeah, Ryan Rio is a great story. Local boy, was a Big Cats fan growing up, and now the face of the franchise. And Rio's only 23, I want to say. So if you do the math, he could be around for 50 years, maybe.
Am I wrong to say Ryan Rio is the Barrie Baycat?
Ryan Rio is as Barrie Baycat as Barrie Baycats gets. I don't know if you guys have seen, but he's got a tattoo on his calf, and we made that happen early, and it was a sign that Ryan Rio is a lifer. And I'm grateful for our relationship. I'm grateful for Ryan just being a great human being. He's completely embraced everything that I brought in. He could have gone the other way too, right? And a lot of players, when I came in, they went the other way, but he completely embraced everything that I was trying to bring in, and he got behind it, and he supported, and he's our leader, and he's our Baycat, and I hope he plays baseball for a very long time, because he's great to have around, and a lot of people like him.
Josh doing what he did, they all contribute to the championships that we have won. Honestly, he's really dedicated to this. He takes it serious, and he loves it. You can feel the passion, and that transpires through the rest of the team. We want to pull for each other, and Josh has really instilled that in regards to how this team's operated. It might be semi-pro, but it's operated like a pro baseball organization, and his dedication to it really shines, and that's why we have the success that we do. Starts at the top with him.
What's your goal for this team for the next 10, 5, how many years you're around for this team, both on and off the field?
But that's a great question, and I think the obvious answer is to win. Obviously, we want to keep that winning culture, but I think we want to really be I don't want to say a helping hand, but we want to be more involved in the community. I think that's very important. I know it is to the owner.
It's a testament of what we're doing here. We're not doing this just for fun. We're doing this for a reason. We're doing this for purpose. There's so much value to what we bring, not only to the ball field, but to the community. And when I signed up for this, I said, well, so what do we do? Like, what do we do in the community? And they're like, oh, we go for chicken wing eating, and a portion goes to the proceeds, go to an organization. And I was like, okay, what else? What else? I'm like, well, that's all we got right now. And it just, for me, it felt that there was so much more. There was so much more. And again, if we're gonna do this, we're gonna do this properly. And getting involved with the community was kind of something that I wanted to when I signed up for it. I promised that when I took this job, I'd give 110%. And I said, we're gonna have a competitor for years, and that was my goal. And sitting here, what is that, 5 years later, it's I think it's held true, and championship obviously helps that cause.
The catch is made. The Barrie Baycats are IBL champions for 2024. Barrie has won their 8th and their first since 2019. They have swept the postseason, sweeps against the Maple Leafs, the London Majors, and now a 4-game sweep of the Guelph Royals. It's the first time that has been done in the IPL since 2017.
Baycats Nation, how you feeling now?
2024 IBL champions, ladies and gentlemen, the Barrie Baycats!
All right, let's move on to the 10-0 in the playoffs en route to their 8th IBL championship last fall. The Barrie Baycats, very much the same when it comes to their pitching staff, which is scary to say the very least.
Where do you see yourselves? Is it going to be the same rotation as last year? Frank's going to be first, and then...
Neil, if you were the manager, would you change it?
No, not in a million years.
The strength of that team, especially last season, was in that starting rotation, which was just absolutely el fuego.
We're going to start with the big three.
Yeah.
Frank Garces, the Dominican lefty, probably the best pitcher in the IBL. He's definitely the surefire #1 pitcher in this Baycats rotation. And taking the mound for the Barrie Baycats, it's Cesar Rosado, coming off a fantastic IBL rookie year, leading the IBL in strikeouts with 105 and setting a Baycats franchise single-season record. Taking the mound for the Barrie Baycats, big right-hander for Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. It's Juan Benitez. It's coming off an all-star season, a 2.96 ERA, and a 7-1 record.
You want Josh Matlow? He's done a tremendous job. Pretty sure they had 3/4 of the roster signed before anybody else even had one player signed.
Yeah, we're not wasting any time, that's for sure.
Let's take a look at some of the new additions on this team.
The new guys we signed are they're all impact players. We got Tristan Clark. Tristan Clark is a former Team Canada junior national. He was drafted by the Washington Nationals. We signed Willie Garcia in the outfield, major league experience, big body. I'm hoping he can lead the league in home runs. And then we signed Francisco Hernandez, which is the brother of Brandon Hernandez.
And Brandon Hernandez, when he came in this league last year, he was letting the thing up.
Brandon joined the Baycats mid-season and absolutely tore it up for us at shortstop last year.
And Brandon calls me up one day in the offseason and said, "Hey, Mallow, my brother got released. You want to sign him?" I'm like, "You have a brother? You have a brother? You never, like, there's two of you?" He goes, "Yeah." He also plays infield. He's the same size as me. He plays like me. He's the right side version of me. I'm like, please tell me he doesn't play shortstop. We don't need two of you. He goes, actually plays second base. Perfect.
Middle infield looks very exciting for the Baycats, no question.
Yeah, no, it's scary. 1 through 9, like, there's not an easy out.
The Barrie Baycats, folks, look out.
Is there anything else we didn't cover that we should cover?
Is it May yet?
We are ready for baseball here at the newly named home of the Barrie Baycats. Hi, everybody, and welcome to the broadcast. Along with Julius Hearn, I'm Ben Davey. Excited to finally get this season underway. It felt like a long off season.
For the opening night, it was magical. It was just like, baseball's back. Here we go. we get to relive it and kind of enjoy a little bit of, you know, the championship.
Thank you. Well, here we are, 2024 champions. What can be said that hasn't been said about last season? 10-0 in the playoffs. We didn't trail for 93 straight innings. 93 straight innings, the entire playoffs.
It was a reminder to, you know, that amazing season we had last year, but the amazing group that we have.
Now, welcome to 2025. If you guys had a good time in 2024, buckle up, because 2025 is going to be fun.
Here we go as we're underway at 7:57 after an extended pregame ceremony tonight to honor the 2025 IBL champion Barrie Baycats. Second pitch is skied high to left field, pretty deep, and it is gone.
So first game, Toronto got off to a good start.
This heavy-hitting Toronto Maple Leaf team strikes first here tonight. This one hit through the hole between short and third and left field. And that one skips over Hayden Jaco, took a nasty hop. Left-hander waggles the bat, pitch from Benitez, hit hard to second. And it's dropped by Hernandez. He has no play. This one up the middle to the shortstop. Brandon Hernandez running throw in time for the out. Another run across for Toronto. 3-0 Maple Leafs. And a tough start to this ball game for Dominican right-hander Juan Benitez.
We weren't really worried to start. The real concern was as we kept going and going and going, and we weren't scoring.
Baycats need to get some offense going at some point here tonight. After scoring 2 in the bottom of the first, they have been shut out by this Toronto Maple Leafs pitching staff tonight. As this one's clear to left field, that might drop, and it does! Right down the left field line. Hernandez is into second with a double. And he hits this one to right field. Base hit down the right field line. RBI double for Ryan Rio. Barrie trails by a run in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Huge hit there from your big man Ryan Rio. We're going to see a pinch runner as James Anderson.
Dustin Richardson on a pitch for the Maple Leafs. He'll face Adam Odd here in the 8th inning. 2 out, 2 on. Barrie has not led in this ball game. They trail 4-3.
Here we go, Baycats. Here we go.
The left-hander.
Here we go, Baycats. Here we go.
Kicks and deals. On the ground. And past the shortstop into left field. Rounding third is James Anderson. The throw is cut off. Barrie ties the game. 4-4 in the bottom of the 8th inning. A big RBI single by Adam Odd to tie it up.
Finally tie it. We said, okay, we got a shot. It was almost like, okay, guys, wake up. Here we go. The season has started.
Well, the Baycats have a long history of walk-off wins against the Toronto Maple Leafs, and the stage is set for another big finish here tonight.
Bottom of the ninth, we come up, we get the first 2 guys on.
This one flared over the second baseman and into right center field. It's a base hit for Jaco. Shows bunt. Lays it down the first base side. Picked up by Richardson. The underhand toss. Gets by Castaldo. He goes to second. Stopping at third is Jaco as the ball is fired in.
They walked Garcia to load the bases, so I'm thinking, we got this, you know?
Jaco at third, Francisco Hernandez at second, Willie Garcia at first.
And then we just couldn't. Richardson just kind of manned up.
Dustin Richardson and Nolan Macabrota. 2-2 on the way. Swung on and missed.
A little deflating, of course, but just couldn't get that run home.
We have bonus baseball. What a ball game tonight between these clubs.
Number 19, Dennis Devanek.
A high fly ball deep to left field. Garcia back, looks up, it is gone. 2-run shot. Toronto on top by 2 here in the 10th. Dennis Devanek with home runs in consecutive games.
We talked about in the open of our broadcast today and how important of a bat he's going to be in this Maple Leafs lineup.
Now the Baycats down to their final strike. Richardson with a delivery. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And the Maple Leafs spoil the Baycats opening night party here tonight with an extra innings win by a score of 6-4.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside Welland Stadium as we get set for the 2025 home opener. The Baycats travel to Welland to open the season. Reese Dumani, I'm Alec Murray. Thanks for joining us. Barrett crushes right center field. Back wall. It is gone. Grayson Barrett. Right at the shortstop with the infield in. There's a cheeky little bunt from Gom. Not a shot to make a play. Why are you throwing that baseball? That's going to go way over the head of Macabrota. Into right field. Getting the wave around. Here comes the throw home. Not even close. Gom's going to circle the bases. That is a Little League home run bunt for T. Gom. These fans have been treated to some great baseball here tonight. Hernandez on the ground. Luther has it to first. In time, ball game. Noel and Jackfish for the second consecutive season knock off the Barrie Baycats in the home opener. The sun is finally making an appearance at Athletic Culture Stadium. We are ready for baseball. The Baycats come into this one 0-2, and the offense hasn't really been clicking, especially in that 9-3 loss in Welland last week. But a big addition to the lineup will be Malik Williams making his first game of the season. Meanwhile, for the London Majors, they come into this game 3-0. They're off to a hot start under manager Roop Chandradat. Pitch, line out to left field and deep, slicing towards the corner. It gets down all the way to the wall. One run is in, 2 runs are in, one more coming around. It's a bases clearing double for Ken Sugi, and the Majors take the lead. There's a fly ball. It's a deep left center field. Macabrota back on it, spinning around. He won't get there. It is gone. Looks like it bounced off the top of the wall, but Caden Cardoso with another home run. He has been mashing to start this season. It's 4-2 Majors. The 0-2, big swing and a miss from Garcia, and that'll do it. The Archer celebration from Skylar Janice, and the Baycats, the defending IBL champions, fall to 0-3 on the season. A 6-3 loss at the hands of the visiting London Majors.
Oh, 0-3 to start the year. Obviously, you want to start better than that. 3-0 would be nice, but at the end of the day, it's like I've said before, it's that championship hangover, if you will. We were riding such a high last year. Maybe it's a little bit of a reality check.
The Barrie Baycats 0-3 on the year.
Dang, guys, you're collectively, your batting average right now is second lowest in the league. Only 2 guys are batting above 190 right now. So the bats are not our bats are very afraid right now.
Yeah, I think the core there needs to rally the troops here. You know, Rio, Malik, get it together.
Week 2 of the power rankings are here. Now, here we go at 6 with the Barrie Baycats. They open a make or break 3-game set versus Chatham, Kent, and Hamilton. If we're talking about make or break in the month of May, clearly we just do not know ball.
These power rankings that just came out first week, obviously we're ranked number 1, as I think we should be, and now they got us somewhere at 6th. Like, after 3 games, you're gonna say that we're 6th. You try not to look into it that much, but I'd be lying if it doesn't kind of fire up to go out there for this next string of games that we have on.
So a lot of good teams, don't start hot. If you want to call 0-3. Some adversity, sure, but I think it's just going to wake everybody up. I don't think it's time to press the panic button. However, we have 4 games coming up next week, and that will tell the tale of the tape. Yeah, there's high expectations. Yeah, we have the target on our back. We're okay with that.
And we'll prove people wrong. We've always done it. And once you have that taste for a championship, it doesn't leave your mouth, and you know what to do and how to handle situations. And I think we're going to bounce back. I have no worries about this team, honestly, and just talking with Matt Lowe and possibly a couple additions that we have up our sleeve here, I think we're gonna be just fine.
You know, are we starting to get what a true view of these Barrie Baycats are?
You know, we've seen tensions kind of boil over between Toronto and Barrie before. This would not be the first time.
It's hard to say. You can tell it's just a different flow in the top of that order right now.
Somebody needs to step up and say, hey, like, let's go.
Yeah.
You just won the IBL championship a year ago. Like, you know how to win. It's time.
In the air, hit well to left field, and that ball is out of here. Baycats walk it off by a score of 8-7.